To make the stew, I will start off with cooking the meat. I'm using beef shank with bones. You can use any kind of stewing beef, or you can use lamb also. I like to use stew beef with bones because it gives you that nice flavor when you cook it. I'll cover it with some water to cover all the pieces and bring it to a boil. Let it cook for about 2.5 hours to 3 hours until it's nice and tender. While the meat is cooking, we'll prepare the okra. When buying fresh okra, you need to look for okra that is nice and firm, not too soft, free of any bruises, and it should not be longer than 4 inches. You need it to be tender. So what I would do is I will cut off the stem without cutting the pod. You want to make sure you will not cut the pod, because once you cut the pod, you will have all this sliminess coming out when cooking the okra. Okra believed to be originated in Africa, and from there it came to the United States 300 years ago, and it was brought by the African slaves. In many English-speaking countries, it's known as ladyfingers. Okay, I'm done cutting the stems. Now I need to soak it with about 1/4 to 1/2 cup vinegar. This will help or prevent the okra from becoming too sticky or too slimy during cooking time. I'll let it sit in vinegar for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we need to rinse the okra from all that vinegar that we soaked it in. Rinse it real good. Then we'll transfer it to the pot. Fill it halfway with water just to cover all the okra. And then we'll place it over medium heat to cook. We'll add about 6 to 8 garlic cloves, and we'll put the lid back on and we'll cook the okra until it's tender. Not very soft, just tender. The meat is real nice and cooked, it's tender. What we want to do is, and it's coming off the bones, it's been cooking for about 2 hours. We need to get the bones out. We're discarding all the bones and put the meat back into the broth. So we're just removing the meat off the bones. We don't want to leave the bones there because they might break the okra. Now the okra is cooked. You see how it changed color? You need to drain all the cooking liquid and add it into the pot that has the meat and the broth. To this, I'll add about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, equivalent to 6 ounces can, 2 chopped tomatoes, some salt to season, and about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Mix everything gently. We don't want to break the okra. And let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until everything is cooked through. Now we'll start cooking the rice. I'll add about 3 to 4 tablespoons vegetable oil. I have my rice washed and soaked for about 30 minutes. I drained it and I'll spoon it into the pot. I'll give it a quick stir. Make sure all the grains are coated with oil. I'll add some salt to season. And then I'll add, I have 2 cups of rice, so I'll add 2 cups of water. Give it a quick stir. Now the rice is getting to a boil. Give it a quick stir gently. Now we will lower the heat and we'll put the lid back on. I have served some individual serving on plates. I'll pour some okra stew on top. Looks so beautiful. The meat is nice and tender. This looks really good. Smells wonderful.